After the discussion with these empowerment and the delegation and the team effectiveness, now the question arises, that is the how to lead the team, right? So it is in this session we will talk about the enhancing the teamwork within a group. So teamwork necessity of the teamwork, characteristics of the components of teamwork, benefits of teamwork, factors that promote teamwork in groups, leaders' role in teamwork, commitment and the agreements are there, meetings and the conflict resolution is there. Then we will also discuss about the essential leadership skills for teamwork, and as usual the research paper, case study and book recommendations and references used for this particular study material and for your further studies. Individuals play the game, but teams win the championships is there, right? So therefore in that case always whenever we are talking about that any particular sports, it is very important that there is a coordination and synergy. Now I don't think now that is now I have to explain more on this particular slide, because as you have gone through the earlier sessions which in which we have talked about this aspect is there, right? But as we talk about the leadership and teamwork, then it is an understanding commitment to a common goal on the part of all team members. This is very important is there. So it is not only the responsibility of that particular leader only, right? It is a collective understanding is there, and then whenever we are talking about the collective understanding, then definitely here we will go by this particular common goal, right? And commitment for part of all team members. So therefore if we are having the understanding by the all, then only we will be able to come out with this particular aspects, right? So here whenever we are talking about the joint responsibility and commitment, right, that is becoming very important is there. When work is when two or more people work together cohesively towards a common goal, right, then it is becoming this teamwork understanding is important. It is creating a positive working atmosphere is there. So how do you create that culture? How do you create that particular atmosphere? And therefore it is the responsibility of the particular team, not only of the team. It is not only of this the leader only, right? Now we after understanding the focus between the leadership and the team both, now we are going for the collective responsibilities. So that is work together cohesively, right, and towards naturally a common goal which we talk about. But this atmosphere, that is the responsibility. Earlier it was the responsibility was only of the leader. It is the responsibility of the only of the subordinates to match with their bosses, but now it is not. It is a positive working atmosphere to be created by both, and supporting each to combine individual strengths to enhance the team performance is there. And therefore in that case whenever there is a combined efforts are made to strength to enhance, then there will be the team performance will be there. Teamwork is the concept of the people working together cooperatively as a team in order to accomplish the same goal or objectives are there. So therefore this particular concept of the teamwork to working cooperatively to work together, right, and so therefore in that case this increased acceptance in the use of the team, right, that suggests that their uses offers many benefits are there, right, and naturally simply stated it is less me and more we, right, and that particular the understanding is to be there. So that is what is team? Team is the together everyone achieves more, right. So it is not the individual what will achieve will be more, it is the collectively we will achieve more. So, that I will explain here, that is these combined actions of a group of people when they work together in an efficient and effective capacity is there. So, what is required? The trust is required, support is required, and that particular skills, because we have talked about the skill development also, right. So, therefore, in the process when the teams are working together, they are developing their skills, cooperation is increased, right, and of course, that the solutions to the problems. So, that is a brainstorming is done, and then therefore, that will be the planning is there. So, like here you see that is the it's like this, right, and then whenever we are talking about this particular the bridging the gap is there, and then therefore, you can find that is the how the things are going, right. So, it becomes very important, that is whatever the knowledge and skill of the individual, they bring their best, right. So, therefore, then only in that case there two things will happen. One is the level of intellectual capabilities that will increase, and then also in addition to that, that will also there will be the less errors will be there. So, more efficiency and effectiveness. Instead of working individually, the work will be easy if work together as team form is there. Is word we and not I. Now you see, this is we have talked about the personality and leadership also, and therefore, it depends upon the individual's value systems. What value system he is having? If the value system is that is the we, that is we will do together, then definitely it will be much better. And whenever we are talking about the I, right. So, then definitely it will be the which really will be difficult to get the work, task and goals more successful. Success may be there. Now, here also I want to say, many times the leaders they get the results, and that is why when it becomes their perception that is I, right. But when we see in the long term, no, and in long term you will find it is not the I, it is the we. Why? Because when leader develops this tendency of I, slowly and slowly he will lose the support of the followers. So, first task will be done, second task will be done, third task will be done, 10th task will be done, but definitely on 11th task the followers will feel that is the he gets the credits and he is not consulting us, and there is no point working with him because there is no intellectual enhancement, right. So, therefore, in that case that learning is not there, capability enhancement is not there, then in that case that concept of I will be dangerous for the leader. People will competent people will stop working. Even if the forcefully they are working with the leader, they will not give their best. An opportunity for the healthy competition is there, who can do the best, cross knowledge exchange with the ability to work together. And therefore, in that case it will be always and that is the we say multidisciplinary actually. Cross knowledge exchange will be there, multidisciplinary capability will be developed by the team. So, having clear logical objectives, supportive informal group atmosphere, use of humor is there, listening to others and giving constructive feedback, having people who can coordinate and accept responsibility, collaborate for the deliverables, benefit from the working collaboratively, know when teamwork should be used to optimize results, share information which may lead to shared decision, mutual dependency is there, people with the different skills, delegation to right skills person, right, and everyone under their roles and task is there. These the components of teamwork which is the we have discussed in the introduction of the group and team also, communication, coordination, mutual support, effort and the social identity is there. Now, let us understand that is the is this the charity to get this the teamwork or it is the rule and regulation, because of that we have to work into the teamwork is there. So, why we should work in the team, right. First and foremost is the that creativity and learning of the individual. Dear friends, a simple example is of any particular project. Whenever you are working on a particular project, then you will find that is that project that will be depending upon the person who will be working with the other team members in the project, the project leader, because there will be the new opportunities for learning. In the organization, if you are doing the routine job, so after some years and there is no learning, and then you will lose your creativity, the job will be monotonous. So therefore, in that case it becomes very, very important, that is you are having the creativity and learning is there. Blends complementary strengths are there. Now you have to achieve the goal, right, and to achieve the goal, this becomes very, very important, that you are having these the personal different types of personalities are working surrounding to you. Are you able to make the complementary to each other, right? If it is yes, then wonderful, that your organization effectiveness, individual effectiveness also for yourself also, it will be much better. Builds a trust and support is there, and therefore that cohesiveness will increase. Teaches the conflict resolution skills are there, and whenever when to avoid, when to accommodate, when to compromise, right, and when to collaborate. So all these conflict resolution techniques that you will learn, because that particular experience will teach us. The improves the client satisfaction. So business enhancement, business performance, that will be increasing. Promote a wider sense of ownership, right, and therefore in that case it is becoming that is the whatever the ownership we are having, that our area, that zone will increase. People will in the organization, within the organization and outside of the organization also, you will be known for your the qualities, right, and as a result of which you will be the owner of the high intellectual capabilities. Encouraging the healthy risk taking, and therefore in that case the moderate risk taking will be there. Healthy means moderate risk taking will be there. It is not too high, not too low. Then they reduces the workload also. So here because the other persons are working with you, so sometimes the empowerment, sometimes the delegation, sometimes the responsibilities. So therefore the workload will be reduced. Reduces the staff shortages, because you are having the helping hands, so many helping hands are there. So therefore in that case no work will stop for the staff shortages. Reduces the stress and burnout among workers. As I was mentioning, that is the workers, employees, what they do, that is they keep on working the routine job, so that makes them play too, but they get burnout, right. So to avoid this, that the teamwork is there, so therefore there is nothing like a burnout, because new skills you are keep on learning, and the innovations will be there, the new ideas will be developed, because two brains are always better than one. So therefore in that case that will be more innovative, or innovations will be there. But it is not that easy. There are certain problems in the teamwork is there, and why they, because why we are discussing all this teamwork, because here we have to learn and develop. So therefore it is if you want to go for this particular functioning of the teamwork, you have to also see why the teamwork group is not converting into the team, or what are the problems are there. Poor project management, ineffective leader is there. So therefore in that case that will be their proper not management will be there. So therefore there will be no coordination, there will be no understanding, and as a result of which there will be the poor project management will be there. ineffective leaders will be there, and therefore in that case it is becoming that is the how the leaders their leadership style is not getting implemented, and they are becoming the ineffective is there, and failure to compromise or the cooperate, right, and therefore in that case it is becoming the non cooperation, rather in spite of the cooperation there will be the non cooperation there, right, and the people those who are working, if their personality is not matching, so they will not be working towards the common goal, rather than they will be having the no compromise for their own growth and development. So that concept of that which I talked about, that is we and I. So that concept of I will be more dominating. If the concept of I will be more dominating, then you will lose that compromise attitude. So therefore ultimately there will not be a teamwork. Lack of participation, there are silent members, they do not participate. If they do not participate, though they are intellectually capable, because they are in the team. So they are in the team, it means that they have been tested and taken as right person in the team, but now they do not contribute. So that will be the lack of participation will be there. Then the procrastination and the lack of confidence is there, and people are not having that confidence to perform to that particular task. So therefore that will be another problem is there. Ultimately what will result? A poor outcome will be there, a poor quality work will be there, and there will be lot of conflicts among the team members. And if this is happening and then if we go for the 720-degree the feedback, then in that case it will be the ineffective peer evaluation will be there. The people peers only, they will give the very bad feedback. And under the resource estimation, whatever the resource was supposed to be used, it will be under resource estimation will be there, and technically also that will be challenging. So whenever these type of all the common problems may arise, that is if the persons are not working together, then it will be very difficult to overcome this particular teamwork. Then question of the leadership comes. So therefore what is the leader's role in the teamwork is there. So if these are the problems, and that is the objective, to get the teamwork and accomplish the goal and task and create the positive environment, right. But if we are having this type of the problems, you might be having the problem, may have the problem at your workplace sometimes. So then in that case what is your role that is suggested here? So as a leader, you has a different key roles in teams which they play very efficiently. With respect to the ensuring teamwork quality by the team leader, has to perform the certain task, right. What are these tasks? First is the effective communication is there. Now awareness. Now you see that is many times there will be the certain employees, right. Those employees will be having either they will be going for this this particular direction, right, or they may be going for the another direction. What is required is this, that is this bridging this gap. And whenever you are bridging this gap and changing the direction also. So therefore in that case you are making the direction in this direction, right. So here this is direction, this is direction, finally this direction, and this is the leader's role, right. So how to convert this arrow into this direction, this change. And this change will be done through the effective communication. So communication will be the mechanism, and therefore in that case you can create a team of the collaboration. Now we have to also understand that is the whenever we are creating this stream of collaboration, right? Now in that case you have to conduct the effective meetings. Awareness are to be created. Whenever you will be having this awareness, right, effective meetings will be there. You will tell them that is why there is a need to do this particular task, and when we will be doing this task collectively, then we will be achieving the goal. But sometimes you find that is the commitments of these team members, if that is low personalities, there are different personalities are there. And that is why here one more point which I would like to mention. If you get the opportunity, your organization may or may not, I do not know, but if you get the opportunity, let the team be created by self. Let the leader decide. Leader should be given the responsibility by the organization, and leader should decide that is the what type of these personalities he wants to choose, and therefore in that case that type of the commitments will be required. Then the team working agreement is there. Now whenever once the commitment is developed, then yes, we will work together, right? And but because as we have discussed in the group formation, forming, storming, norming, performing and adjourning is there. So, there will be the conflict will be there, and the leader should effectively play the role of a conflict management solver. So, therefore, in that case he should be able to manage that conflict and solve the conflict and effectively perform the team creation of the team building and taking the team towards the growth. So, here these mechanisms, right, that is the effective communication, effective meetings, commitments, team working agreements and the conflict management. If these tasks are done, right, definitely that you will be able to create that type of the relationship which we are looking for. Accomplishment of goal is there. So, the suggestion is this, that these are the mantras: effective communication, meetings, commitments, team working agreement and conflict management. These are the mantras for the leader's role is there, right. So, responsible commitments is there to that what type of these commitment, teamwork commitment, developing the team commitment towards team, right. Strive to meet them. Members must trust on another to do what they say. So, therefore, right from beginning we should not have a doubt whether this person will do or this person will not do, and many people say I bet he will not do. So, therefore, in that case these type of the situations are to be avoided and have the trust. Commitment is an ethic that must be learned, right, and therefore, in that case that is the it is a part of the learning, that is the yes, we have to create that commitment. Commitment must be freely assumed and it is a public is there. So, and they make responsible commitments are there, that is a define and estimate the work and conclude you can do it or not. So, therefore, in that case it will be always that is the how we are defining the work and the concluding which we can do it or not, right. So, that making commitments will be the very important, right. So, let them understand that is what how to make the commitments, and once you are committed to then you do not deviate from your own commitment, right. So, once committed always committed, no. So, it is not like this, that is you are weekly have the commitment. Many times we see in the social media many people are weekly committed, the next week they are not committed, again they are commitment. No, don't do like this. Making the commitments is important. The teamwork agreement is to be there, which will team members sign up to. Each team member is expected to abide by the contract. Expectations each team has for its members and designed specifically for the each team. All members accountable for statements in agreement is there. And leader's role, taking input of every member before finalization, ensure communication of agreement, managing responsibilities as per the agreement is concerned, and ensuring every member do their task as assigned are there. So this will be the scheduling as early as possible. So therefore leaders role in meeting will be, that is the making the regular timings, make sure everyone can attend the meeting and start meeting when everyone is there. The meeting place and time should be sufficient. Decide how far into the project team should meet. Don't spend too much time only on meeting is there, right? And that's why many times then the people they stop over coming to the meetings, because they find that is they are not able to do their jobs are there. So always try to make that is the involve the most of them, those who can be there in the meeting, and they can attend the meeting, right? And also decide that is the how scheduling of meetings, that is the how many meetings will be there, and then what will be done in these meetings. Preparation, create agenda, distribute agenda to provoke thought is there, so accordingly it will be done. Then the procedure will be followed. So complete each agenda item before moving to the next is there. Start discussion with a presentation of currently known facts. Comment and criticism should be actually solicited from all team members, and make sure that is they are presenting the ideas that should be encouraged. So whether we approve or we do not approve, right, but at least we should appreciate, and they are coming with creating certain their ideas are there. Differing ideas should be openly discussed. The differences must be understood. Advantages and disadvantages of the each idea should be pointed out is there. So therefore a proper discussion can be there. Okay, it is not like this that who is saying this idea. It is the what is the idea is there, and let us make the pros and cons of that, advantages and disadvantages of understand that particular idea, and that idea finally will be accepted or not accepted on the basis of this evaluation. So each person must leave meeting with something specific to do before the next meeting. So action item is there. So therefore they understand that is the, because in the meeting, no, whenever you are deciding the next action item or the plan, then it will be discussed, and then if there will be any problem which are likely to arise, those problems will be taken care of by in the previous meeting, right? And that's why whenever the minutes of meetings are circulated, and they are confirmed first. So if anybody is having any observation, any problem and any comment, so then at that time that can be mentioned. Now for the conflict resolution, the coming together is a beginning, keeping together is a progress, working together is success. So therefore in that case is indicative of introduction of variety of ideas. Conflict management is essential to the success of team and maintaining the spirit of teamwork. Different approaches leader can use for conflict management: negotiating, compromising, forcing, avoiding, or the organized confronting will be there. So the essentials: communications, feedback, persuasiveness, the respect, and the caring is there, and the supporting is there. Then he should be able to solve the problem solving, delegating, motivating, accountability, decision making, and the positivity is there. So if we go by these particular aspects in the case of this conflict management, and then creating the commitment amongst the team members, and direction is there, benefits are given, meetings are timely conducted, I am sure that is our teamwork effectiveness that is will be enhancing, and these leaders effectiveness that will also increase. As usual, this is the research paper, that is the examining the teamwork and leadership in the fields of public administration, leadership and management is there, right. So in this paper he is the author is studying about, that is the how leadership in the fields of public administration that can be seen and studied, and then in public administration how the leadership and management that has been done for creation of the team is there, right. So therefore this will be the team effectiveness. The paper studied explore group of workers, was expected to be permanent, right, and designated leader, almost that many explored a group working with formal leadership by the workers, supervisor is there. So these are the findings of these paper. Basically, what is the implication of this paper? And that the latent coding method of content analysis and the forced choice in the selections. Even though content analysis has many strengths, the latent coding method of content analysis and forced choice selection requires research to examine the overall content, right. So, this is the but ultimately we find that is that look at the same data may be interpreted by the different is there. And that was the research implication. The practical implication that with a comprehensive analysis of teamwork and leadership, the extensive investigation presents a pivotal starting point for further developments in this emerging area. The content analysis found a proliferation of diverse organizations utilizing teamwork, and this subject should be researched more vigorously. Pursue and promote teamwork. Understanding the current state of the field will assist. So, therefore, we have to understand and then we have to make this the part, further the enhancement of our teamwork by taking the people together and not forcefully. Now, this is the case study. And then for which to research and prepare, including the 2 hours of class day. And then in that case, paper evaluation by the team members, that is the Jane, Robert, Dennis, Sharon and Liz were assigned to team 3. Their first team meeting, they introduced themselves and began to decide on a topic. After 45 minutes, they were still trying to settle on a topic. They finally settled on money management. However, the instructor informed them that another team had already chosen that topic, but conflict management was still available. And then the Robert tried to convince the group that they should present a role play of conflict. Sharon wanted to do research and give a more detailed and informational presentation. So, Jane was excited by the role playing idea and suggested they make a video presentation of their own play. Acting is then. So, Denny fell asleep sometime before the topic was chosen and Liz sat quietly listening to her teammates. At the end of the class, no work division had occurred, but the team agreed to meet in a study area at 4:15 on the next Monday. So, here in this here you will find that is there will be the some will be the active participants, some will be the silent participants is there. So, they how they go for this particular presentation and then how the process of their team making has been proceeded that we will see in this case study. So, on basis of this case study, the questions is in your team each member is to choose one of the characters in the case study, right, and for the other members of the team. And then discuss the strengths and weaknesses displayed by the character. Make a list of all the list 3 suggestions that could have been improved, right, and discuss own personal strengths and weaknesses. This type of the exercise can be done and can be used at a workplace, and then we can talk about how this team building that can be improved on the basis of this type of the situations, and different types of the team members are there, and ultimately how the goal is to be achieved. Finally, this is the book recommendation, what must go right and what can go wrong, right, and therefore, in that case how to form that particular team. 8 properties of successful team: a clear elevating goal, a result driven structure, competent team members, unified commitment, collaborative climate, standards of excellence, external support and recognition, principled leadership. A final chapter examines the priority of the steps that lead to the building of a high performance team is there. So, therefore, while you will be reading this particular book, you will be able to come out that is the how to create the high performance team. These are the references for your further studies, and you can also make the content is taken from this particular references only, right. Thank you.